fashioning all life long into what we are and what we're not.
The shower and the tea tell us both a tale of something taken both cold or hot.
And as this current storm passes, when we know it has surely reached its end,
We will both be standing there as lovers.
oh, we will both be standing there as friends. And how much more will we take off before we go?
How much more will we learn before we know?
The Celtic fire is blazing all around us, lightning flashing, fire and its flames. The Celtic skyline rising to embrace us, encompassing and proudly taking names. I stare into the passing storm and patiently await.
Deeply into your warmth,
I will understand my fate.
and how much more will we take off before we go? How much more will we learn before we know?
The Celtic fire is blazing all around us, lightning flashing, fire and its flames. The Celtic skyline rising to embrace us, encompassing and proudly taking They say that whatever you extend
will be returned to you in kind.
sitting calmly on the edge.
You rise softly at my mind.
The Celtic fire is blazing all around us, lightning flashing, fire and its flames. The Celtic skyline rising to embrace us, encompassing and proudly taking names. And how much more will we take off before we go? How much more will we
The trees, they line the road, forming a path to the unknown, winding through the beauty where we are floating all alone. The music fills the air on our way from here to there, resounding with the beauty, penetrating everywhere. Maybe this is where we go when we're apart. Maybe this is where we go to find our heart. I used to go up on the stage and play a million tunes, self-absorbed in wonderment, immersed within the ruins of a world that spins the bottle, sharing wisdom with the fools. But the gold is only found by those who never learn the rules. tipping souls from here to there, remembering the beauty penetrating everywhere. Maybe this is where we go when we're apart. Maybe this is where we go to find our heart. I used to go up on the stage and play a million tunes, self-absorbed in wonderment, immersed within the ruins of a world that spins the bottle, sharing wisdom with the fools. But the gold is only found by those who never learn the rules. Never learn the rules.
Tonight the wind is cold again,
And the snow has filled the drive.
long is the walk in matters of the heart, frozen and warm, reposed and alive.
I feel your pain from afar,
Like stinging snow in our eyes.
but spring will soon open its door.
For romance and stars in the skies. True hope is faith, and it flies like a bird.
Come tell me your truth, I will savor each word. Snow drifts in the middle of despair.
It's 20 below, out with grief at its peak.
But spring always answers our prayer.
The cold and the suffering,
In pain of the past,
so we will plant a new garden.
and grow things that last.
You have said you are ready
And the timing is right
to walk out of the winter
and into the light.
True hope is swift,
And it flies like a bird.
come tell me your truth, I will savor each word. Now is the winter of our discontent.
Snow drifts in the middle of despair.
It's 20 below, out with grief at its peak.
But spring always answers our prayer.
Now is the winter of our discontent.
Snow drifts in the middle of despair. an end of an era we will never get back. The right hills up and down, the truth that we follow all around and around. There are the hills on which you have ridden, feelings I had that I tried to keep hidden, but my hand is outstretched, saying, come now, let's run past the mystery sun. Bright skies away from the past, the beginning of days worth embracing. The right hills up and down, the future moves forward, the past laying down. There are the hills on which you had ridden, feelings I had that I tried to keep hidden, but my hand is outstretched, saying, come now, let's run past the mystery sun. I see you standing in a hazy mist, inside the dream I have near every night. Exotic gems hang from your neck and wrist. Around you there's a radiating light. The warmth within the image draws me near, to be right next to you in wake or sleep. The feelings that I have are very clear. For you emotions run so very deep. So here I write a sonnet of the heart, with all its structure, meter, and its rhyme. For now we may be notably apart. A whisper and a kiss will come in time.
Sooner or later, all the snow is going to melt. The sun will warm the earth for us to lay.
Sooner or later, every vision will be clear. A light will shine to show us both the way.
Eventually the stars are in alignment.
The frequencies entrained from far above.
Eventually from light is born the answer. As such a road meanders off to love. Some say the end is just a tunnel that will take us in, that leads to flowing warmth and flowing white. We can take our hands right off the ship that takes us there. We know that in the end there is the light.
The sun will warm the earth for us to lay.
Sooner or later, every truth will be revealed. A light will shine to show us both the way. Some say the end is just a tunnel that will take us in, that leads to flowing warmth and flowing white. Take our hands right off the ship that takes us there. We know that in the end there is the
Lay back here on this pillow. Look up into the night. We're a million miles from anything that can hurt you tonight. I know your heart has been heavy, trusting someone in vain, which has caused you confusion, along with heartache and pain. But we're safe in the wilderness, where our spirits agree. You can talk about your sadness, you can hand it to me. You may have felt that your destiny was to go it alone, to take the weight of the world and hold it up on your own. But I was never one to talk about my prayers or use them in manipulative ways. But spirits here are well within our reach, and everything I've dreamed about is true. Those things forever longed for in the silence, an anthem in the music that is you. If we look closely, we will surely see those things that we desire come to be. Sometimes devotion dangles in the air, attaching loosely like a clinging vine. We celebrate the gentleness of prayer, those things that turn our water into wine. The path meanders through the silent mist. Sometimes our eyes can follow, sometimes no. We walk in faith and gracefully submit. We first believe and then we grow to know. If we look closely, we will surely see those things that we desire come to be. In about a decade, and last night I had a nightmare that was real. It woke me in moonlight, discombobbled by the nightlight. All open thoughts once easy to conceal. There is a shelter sitting deep in the wilderness, a place to go and tough it out alone. Communion with creation, peaceful meditation, and you look into the beautiful unknown. I awoke in a panic, the first I had in several decades. I had to analyze from where it had been born. Bits and pieces seem to scatter. Something now finally matters. I am resting in the calm before the storm. There is a shelter sitting deep in the wilderness, a place to go and tough it out alone. Communion with creation and peaceful meditation.
Sunday morning, waking up, feeling whole again. Maybe something that you said at our conversation's end. Or maybe it's the fact that we are talking as we do. Whatever it may be has everything to do with you. I love your intuition, every word you choose to say. I play it over in my mind in every minute of the day. The world spins quickly in our midst, the music always sings. I love the way each day lays out what optimism brings. I always see such beauty and life inside your eyes. I always have these dreams of you, which I romanticize. I haven't quite explained why I am settled, yea or nay. I will always walk the earth with you inside me the way. Every morning, waking up, feeling whole again. We all arise in sunlight and dance off toward the end. And in between we do our best to hold to what is true. I know that while I walk, I find serenity in you. I'd always see such beauty and life inside your eyes. I always have these dreams of you, which I romanticize. I haven't quite explained why I am settled, yea or nay. I will always walk the earth with you inside me the way. Inside me the way. Inside me the Where does the trail go from here? Does it make dramatic turns or disappear? Does it follow near the river? Does it curve around the bend? Does it end up in a state where we adhere? I woke up in the morning, hearing every word we ever shared, with thoughts about opposing forces, those things to be embraced but never feared. I think I missed a question that you asked, the music filling up the air at last. I'm down for anything that may transpire.
Dramatic turns will slowly disappear. Those that follow near the river, those that bend past the bend. There is never anything for us to fear. I'm down for anything that may transpire. I'll do for what I'm summoned to be done. The ground has disappeared beneath the wire. We'll walk together into the setting sun.
I landed with a thud. I saw you playing mystery date. I was the dud. I was Sergeant Saunders. I was Secret Sam. I watched American Graffiti and only remember the pressed ham. Flintstone building, boulder blocks, the Twilight Zone, Cheyenne, the Avengers, Mr. Steed and Emma Peel. Diane, I walked the earth back then one time. I don't think I could return. I think of all the roads we walked and the lessons that we learned. And the lessons that we learned. I chased my neighbors through the yard with a hatchet and a bow. I was there to stop my neighbor from the axe he tried to throw. Then we all played scatterball. I met a bunch of friends. We leave a few things on our plate and eventually it ends. I walked the earth back then one time. I don't think I could return. I think of all the roads we walked and the lessons that we learned. And the lessons that we learned. Time, I don't think I could return. I think of all the roads we walked and the lessons